everybody, today we're doing our very first reading vlog. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sophie and this is a place where we read diversely and sometimes we just have to read Bridgerton, you know? There's no other choice.
Your eyes. A most remarkable shade of blue. I might say something like that if you were a suitor.
Well, that was rather direct.
So this week a new Bridgerton season is out, and you know, since the first season started, I've been watching a lot of booktubers talk about Bridgerton, and they have read the books. Gavin from Gavin Reads It All, Daria from Full of Lid have made excellent videos, and they all pretty much agree that the books aren't great, that there's a lot of problematic things and that they're just not necessarily great. However, the bones of it are right there, and we can see it on the Bridgerton series. This is a fun book, this is a fun series, this is not to take too seriously, and this is just to have fun. And you know what, I'm a sucker for Regency. I love everything Regency era. I think it's fun to read about. I think that when you make it with a twist, it's also fun. So I decided, although I wasn't interested in reading the Bridgerton series or even getting it, I really like Penelope and I really wanted to read her story. And technically it's Colin's story, but you know, technicalities. So I've decided to go ahead and listen to the audiobook while I do other things. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hopefully finish by Thursday and then update you on how it's been going. Let's go ahead and talk about what I've listened to so far. So far there's quite a bit of difference between the series and the books. So if you don't want any spoilers before the series comes out, maybe watch this video. Well, this video is coming out on Friday, so maybe you already watched the series, but if not, go ahead and watch it next week. But anywho, so right now, one of the big differences is the ages. Right now, Colin is, I think, 32 or 33 years old in the book, and obviously Colin in the series is like 22 years old. So we aged him down so that he could be closer to Penelope's age, which is great. I think Penelope is about 20 in the series, and I think that perhaps in the book it says that she has already been out for like 3 or 4 seasons, so that would make her, I think, 20. Yeah, also if she would have come out at 16, which I think is kind of like the average. So we have Penelope, I think it's about the same. She's about the same age. Something else that they do talk about, which I think is kind of one of those things that don't age well, is about Penelope's glow up. They talk about how she has lost weight, and obviously nowadays we don't agree with that. We think that people are perfect just the way they are. She doesn't need to lose weight to have a glow up, and that's one of the things that I liked about the series. We see Nicola Coughlan, perfect as she is. Her glow up is in the makeup, is in the hair, is in the outfits, and that's about it. And I love that for her. I think that's very important. I think that's an important message. I think that she is great just the way she is, and her makeover or her glow up really is just reflecting who she was all along. I think that her glow up is more reflective of her independence, the fact that she now is interested in taking reins of her own life and deciding what she wants to wear and what she wants to do. And in the book, for example, that's not how it happened. She, simply because she's been out for so long and she hasn't had any offers, she is considered a spinster, so her mother doesn't pay any more attention to her. She doesn't care what she wears, and she's focusing all her energies on her other daughters, and that's why Penelope can wear whatever she wants. So it's not because she gained power, it's because she was kind of forgotten. And yeah, I don't really like that either. I mean, it serves the purpose and it's a little bit more Regency accurate, I guess, but I love the fact that she simply decided that her life was gonna be different from now on. Penelope and Eloise are very good friends right now, so nothing has happened. They're talking about maybe being spinsters together, and right now, the scene, if you watch last season, the scene where Colin says that he would never marry Penelope, that's a conversation that he has with his brothers and not with like the people from the town. And Penelope is in his house. She hears him saying that, and Anthony actually escorts Penelope to her home, and they have a lovely chat about how he's young, how he needs purpose. And it's actually Penelope the one that tells Anthony, you know what, I think that Colin should travel. I think that Colin should find like a purpose. And that's how Colin starts doing that. So I think that Penelope has a lot more input into Colin's life, or she has paid more attention to him and his needs than even his family. And that's the seed that is kind of sprinkled there. It's in the beginning of the book. So I really like that. And now it's been a while. Colin has come back and they are talking in a during a ball, and they're having a great conversation back and forth, kind of like what we have seen throughout the seasons. Although it seems here that even though they knew each other from a long time, I think about like 10 years maybe, they didn't really have like that much rapport until now. And he's noticing things about her, like, and he's saying she would make a great wife for someone. He doesn't know that he's the one, but anyways, and he's noticing all these great qualities about her.
You are Penelope Featherington, do not forget that.
So I really like that, and that's where I am right now. So I will check back with you probably tomorrow. I'm gonna try to film every time I hear something interesting while I do other stuff. I think I'm gonna
You've got a big storm coming.
Something juicy going on. Finished this earlier, I will let you know, and maybe I'll read something else. But anyway, that is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which is book 4 but season 3 on the Netflix series. And while I keep listening, I'm gonna go ahead and do some computer work.
This author has even been informed that Cressida recently remarked that she was convinced that she might perish.
Everybody, just here with an update. Oh my god, loving this book. It's so much fun. And you know, I think I'm just like any other girl. I just think it's so much fun. It's so sweet. I'm like kicking my heels, giggling, laughing out loud. Like, I really didn't expect to like it. The things that I heard about him maybe being like having a temper and all that, I think that when he does, it's justifiable. I think that people that read a lot of like Regency era books, stories, or watch movies, like they can kind of tell like that this is like the way it was supposed to be, and that's why they act this way. And it's so fun, like so fun. I'm also liking a lot the relationship between Lady Danbury and Penelope that's developing. So yeah, I'm liking it a lot. I think I might finish it today, guys, maybe tomorrow morning. So it's been a while since I like put on an audiobook and just going about my day, just listening the whole day to the audiobook without turning the TV on or putting on something else on, or just doing some other work and turning off the audiobook. So this is so much fun. If you are in a reading slump and you don't know what to read to get you out of it, I think this would be like so much fun to read. So anyway, I'm right there. Someone has revealed to be Lady Whistledown. I don't know how much to tell you because I did tell you there was gonna be spoilers, but I don't want to tell you everything. So someone has revealed to be Lady Whistledown. We all know that it's not that person, and nobody actually believes her. But you know, it's just a way for that person to like gain attention. So we'll see where that part goes. But I can see Colin falling so hard for Penelope, like whispering things and just like being so cute. I feel like it's reminiscing of Darcy, and I didn't feel that when I watched like the other seasons, and I don't know if the in the books it feels like Anthony feels like Darcy or the Duke feels like Darcy, but Colin feels like Darcy. And although they already have a relationship, it feels like the relationship where Lizzie and Darcy kind of became to have a friendship. That's what it feels like, because Penelope and Colin knew each other, but they were friendly, but they weren't like friends. And it feels like they're developing a friendship that is gonna be more, and I'm loving that part. And what else? Also, Kate. There was a scene. Well, not Kate. There was a particular incident in where Penelope is talking about Anthony and how he acted towards her, which we should have seen on Bridgerton season 2, and we didn't. And I feel like it was such a missed opportunity, because that whole relationship with Kate, and how it really, Kate starts to see him differently after the beating. I feel like that's really the moment where it turned. And I know what they did, that, but I feel like if they would have kept this thing with Penelope, it would have made even more sense. So yeah, I wish we should have seen that. I wish they would have shown that on the show, but anyways, we got to see it or imagine it here on the book, so I'm gonna continue listening to it. Hi, hello, it's Tuesday, and let's continue talking about Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which is the book that I'm listening to right now. And yesterday I was saying how much fun I was having and that I was probably gonna finish it, and that's still all true. I just didn't get a chance to finish it, although I did get to a scene where things get pretty heated, like Colin is pretty upset, and there's a part where he is trying kind of to control Pen, and I was like, why are you being such a jerk? And then in the same book, like, Pen calls him out.
I miss you. You miss me. You miss me, but you would never caught me, is that correct?
Pen,
I overheard you at my mum's ball last season, telling everyone how you would never ever caught Penelope Featherington because I embarrassed you. Of course you never caught me. I'm the laughing stock of the trolley when I changed my entire wardrobe. It just never occurred to me that you of all people could be so cruel.
So again, I think yesterday I was talking about how a lot of people say that Bridgerton is problematic, and I think in some scenes I can see that in other books or in other series seasons that have already been out. And obviously this is the first book that I am listening to, reading, so in this particular one I haven't found anything that problematic. The only thing is, like I mentioned yesterday, like the glow up, like in the 90s when these books were written, early 2000s, you know, the glow up always entails some sort of weight loss or something like that. And obviously that is also here because it was pretty prevalent in culture, and we don't see that on the series, so that's a good step that they're taking. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. It's so much fun. I definitely gonna finish it today. I'm probably gonna do some reading sprints over on Instagram while I edit, and I also listen to the book. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm still having so much fun, and hopefully I will finish it today and maybe start something new tomorrow. So cute. Hey everybody, today is Wednesday, third day. I did finish Bridgerton yesterday. I just didn't get a chance to update you. And today has been a hot mess, so I couldn't update you all morning. It's almost nighttime, so I figured let's just jump right on here and let you know what I thought. Definitely one of my favorite reads of the year.
Moving with the changing tide, so too is this author.
I'm gonna give it 5 stars. And I know it's like a simple romance that's a little bit spicy, and that those scenes, if you don't like that, those scenes are very like only a few scenes for the whole book, so you can skip those and you will still have like the same result at the end with the story, so you don't necessarily need those. But if you like them, they're there for your enjoyment, I guess. And I just thought it was so much fun, especially like the first half I really liked because it was a slow burn. And you know, I've heard the expression related to this book as she fell first, he fell harder, and that's definitely what I felt when I was listening to the book. Like he was like right there falling for Pen. And it was so much fun to be like in angst whether when he was gonna realize all this. And then the second half, if you've seen the seasons, and I think that all of the books kind of have the same structure, that at the halfway point they kind of get married and it's not happily ever after. There's a lot of things afterwards, which I kind of like because it's switching the story line that we traditionally know. So I really do like that. I didn't find anything too problematic. Anything problematic with let's say sexism or certain values, they definitely are of the time, and you can recognize that. And yes, you can write a book that doesn't have that, sure. But the things that they added weren't in this particular book. I don't know about the rest of them. And again, I've heard things about other books in the series that are pretty bad. In this particular one, the things that were happening were not that bad, and they were expected of the time. So I think that if you go with that understanding, you can kind of obviously not accept those as right things to do or act or say, but you understand that it was the nature of society back then. Why I feel like the tropes of miscommunication and slow burn and the third act breakup that sometimes happens, that didn't necessarily happen here, but in some romance that's like the formula. In Regency, it works because again, is the sign of the time, is the social etiquette of the time. When you do it in modern times, it doesn't really work, and I don't really like it. And all of the things that I don't like in regular romance, I really love in Regency romance because it makes sense there. And Pen and Colin really gave me like Lizzie and Darcy vibes, especially when Lizzie and Darcy are kind of becoming friends. Those are the vibes that they gave me because they weren't quite in the same like wavelength. Like we know that Pen loves Colin way before, and then Colin falls for her kind of like when Mr. Darcy confesses everything to Lizzie, and then that's not the end of the book. We see them kind of managing or working through this friendship, and then that's how everything develops. Same thing with Pen and Colin, and definitely I got a lot of Lizzie Darcy vibes there. So if you wanna read it for that, or that's something to look forward, and I really liked it. It was so much fun. Definitely, I've been reading a lot of heavier books and a lot of books that are trying to be like more introspective and kind of say something, and sometimes they don't really say anything, or they don't kind of reach that mark that they want to reach. And for this one, I feel like because it's simple, it's not really trying to tell you anything. It's just trying to show you a simple, fun, good time. And that's exactly what I had while I was listening to this book. I don't think this book takes itself too seriously. I don't think the writer takes herself seriously. Some things are just like cringy. Some things are hilarious. I found myself laughing out loud so much more than I usually do. I find myself like giggling and being angsty, and it was just so much fun. So that was Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. I had so much fun listening to it. I would recommend the audiobooks. I don't know how it is to read the books, but I feel like listening to the story really helped out, and especially if you've seen the seasons, like I could obviously the voices are very different and I hated the voice of Colin, but I could picture like Luke Newton saying those things and maybe adding his voice to it, and that made it a little bit easier. But it was so much fun because you can picture them and then you can listen to the story. And again, it made me laugh and it made me have a good time. So I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am. I'm giving it 5 stars. And okay, and that was it. And it's only Wednesday and already finished it. I still have tomorrow film. So I think I'm gonna start Yellowface, which is the book club pick that I have for Fable. So if you guys don't know, I have a book club on Fable. It's called the Bookish Garden. The link is right on the description if you guys want to join us over there. We are gonna be reading that one. And what I like about Fable is that you can purchase the book through Fable, or if you already have a copy, or if you have a program or an app where you have an audio copy or an e-copy or whatever, you can read it on your own app or device or physical copy, whatever you have, and then just come to the Fable app and just add the notes of each chapter, and we can chat about it in there. And because it's divided through chapters, if you haven't reached a chapter, you won't get spoiled. If you go to the chapter where you already read it, people can talk about it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start Yellowface, and I'll let you know how I'm feeling about that one. Hey everybody, it is Thursday. I did finish Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, and I didn't get a chance to start Yellowface properly until today. I started yesterday, but I quickly had to put it away. And then today I just read a couple of chapters. Really, I'm still like in the head space of this girl who at the beginning she is just complaining a lot about her friends. And I was talking earlier thinking about why should she even be friends with this girl. They're not really enemies or anything. It's just that the main girl, and it's obviously not supposed to be a character that we're necessarily rooting for, but the main girl, all she can focus is on everything that the other girl has that she doesn't. And obviously, in order for the plot and all that to move forward, that's what we need. But in real life, it would be like, why are you friends with someone you can't root for? Someone you are not happy for when good things happen to them. So I think this girl obviously has a lot of issues, and we're gonna see them kind of unfold as the book goes along. But I just wanted to update you on that one. I think I'm gonna wrap up the blog here because I've been editing and it's more than 20 minutes long. And I know I can go for a little bit longer, but I'm not gonna advance that much on the book. So I think I'm just gonna leave it here. So I just wanna thank you for coming along on this adventure of reading Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. It was a surprise to me how it ended up. I don't expect that to happen with the rest of the series, or not necessarily every single book on the series, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue. But I just really wanted to read it before that premiere tomorrow. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this blog, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know. This is the first reading blog that I do, so let me know what you think. Remember that on the description, all the links on how you can help me out with this channel are right there. How you can come and join us on social media and join the book club over at Fable. And remember, you can also subscribe and ring that bell in order to get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much again. Remember to keep reading and keep blooming, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!